It's National Grocery Haul Day! No, it's not. That's not a thing. Anyhow, guys, I have got another week's grocery haul here, along with some extra thoughts for you that I'm going to add at the end, along with the totals, as well as some minor gripes, because I sent Shawn in to pick up grocery orders. I know I've said I'm going to start going in, but actually, due to school schedules and whatnot, that shifted a little bit. We've got a birthday today. So we went ahead and did the grocery orders, and once again I'm reminded why I think I'm just going to be going back into the stores to do the shopping myself, because Sam's Club cut my chicken order in half. I ordered fresh chicken through them, and then I ordered frozen chicken breasts through Walmart, and they cut the entire portion of that. It was 2 5-pound bags of frozen chicken breasts, and then Walmart also cut 1 out of 3 loaves of bread, which we know they have. And we know that because we ordered from the company that Shawn used to work for, or that brand, and we know when they stock it, they had them. But whatever. Anyhow, guys, for the most part, everything else is here. I did realize that I forgot to tell Shawn to get tomatoes at Safeway because they did not have them available through the Sam's Club app when I ordered through there. So I will have to run back in at some point in the next day or two for tomatoes, but that's okay because that means when I get them, they'll be fresher and ready for the recipe. Anyhow, guys, let's run through everything I got. All right, guys, it's a little weirdly spaced and whatnot, but this was me putting stuff out really quick. I've got 3 bags of the pancake puff corn. Everybody is absolutely loving it. So we have not been going through chips or anything else, but I did tell the girls that I would get more of that. They actually had the mini pizzas in. I debated on getting 2 boxes, but I wasn't really sure how much freezer space we've actually got for them, and I knew I had to get pot pies as well. So just the 1 box for now, and we'll see. Hopefully they'll have more again when I need more. Then, let's see, moving on to the dairy or somewhat dairy stuff, we've got 2 things of almond milk. We are good on regular milk still. In fact, I think I've got 1 entire gallon I discovered in the garage fridge that needs to be dumped now because it was missed. But guys, when you don't go through dairy, that's what happens. We've got black cherry and strawberry Greek Gods Greek yogurt. Another thing of this extra sharp cheddar spread that Shawn absolutely loves. Guys, I gotta say, this is actually really good. And the ingredients on it are really good. We get that at Sam's Club. Thing of half and half. I do have a little bit left out in the garage yet. I've got 1 of that same size and that. So that'll get us through this week, and then we'll get more next week again. We've got 2 packages of sliced cheese. We are actually very well set on block cheese still. So we've got that. However, we do have 4 kinds of other cheeses. We've got some Fontina, some apple smoked Gruyere, some Parmesan, and 2 things of sharp white cheddar. Now that's because one of the girls looked up Longhorn Steakhouse's macaroni and cheese dish, and they plan on making that recipe for supper tonight because that was a birthday meal request. And I've got a freshly turned 16-year-old smiling behind me. What's that?
Sophomore.
Yeah, you are a sophomore.
Did you say freshman?
Freshly turned 16-year-old.
I think so, freshman.
Quit jumping. We've got 6 cans of sweetened condensed milk because, guys, aside from my coffee, I've got a couple teens who've discovered my coffee, and I do believe that they've been using it in the fudge that they've all been making and experimenting with. So that is there. And coming down here, we do have 3 packages of the better cheddars, 2 things of hot dogs. Both of those keep for just a little while, and I needed something different for a quick and easy when we need it. I did not get buns for those just yet because I wasn't sure when we will actually have them. So I will either run this week to get them if we need them. Otherwise, I will get buns next week, and we've already got those. It was just the way I timed out the groceries. We've got 1 big package of the Skinless, Boneless chicken breast. This is the Farmer's Market brand from Sam's Club. Guys, I do plan on starting to get the whole chickens again, but I have not been able to catch them on the app. So that is part of going in person, is getting to see what they've got and being able to get some of that again. This package, which is very well wrapped, this is actually stew meat, even though you cannot see that very well. So that, like usual, guys, I will open that up and I'm going to cut the chunks because sometimes the chunks are really big. I'm going to end up cutting those down and then dividing this into 2 to 3 portions that I will then freeze to use in other meals. I just used the last bit that we had in the freezer for some chili stew type stuff. So time to get more of that. I do have canned chicken breasts. Guys, not something I would buy super often, but we have definitely found when making, especially like Joanna Gaines's curry chicken salad, it actually is just so quick and easy to use that, especially since we haven't been shredding whole chickens. Cost wise as well, yes, I know it's canned chicken, but guys, we do what we got to do sometimes. On to produce. Right now we've got grapes, a thing of apples, and all of these bananas. Shawn was so funny. He said he just couldn't pass up the little baby bunch. So he went ahead and got those as well. We have got 2 each, the milk chocolate chips, the semi-sweet chips. Again, so much baking, and they are going through a lot of chocolate chips to make the fudge. We've got the panko breadcrumbs. That is also for that mac and cheese I was telling you about. Thing of Oreos. That's for yet a different recipe that the girls wanted to make. Wheat Thins, because Shawn likes to have those to snack on, and I forgot to get them the last couple times. So he's been making do with other stuff, and he made sure that we got them this time. We've got a case of tea for him, 2 more cases of water. There's the 2 loaves of bread that should have been 3. I shouldn't even say I will probably have to go get bread this week. I will probably just plan to go get it. So that way we've got it. We've been going through a little bit more again lately. And then we've got 6 packages of the Martha White muffin mix. Because guys, this is egg free, and the teens learned that if you do this in the waffle maker, it is really yummy and completely safe for allergy kiddo that has an egg allergy. And then the last couple things, guys, you've never seen me buy ramen noodles before. We've got beef and chicken. That was part of the birthday wish, as well as this, because I thought, well, if she wanted that instead, she could have it. And then we've got 2 different kinds of mouthwash and some nail polish remover. All right, guys, there it is. We're gonna get this put away, and I'll run through totals with you. All right, guys, wrapping up this grocery haul, I have bad news. The budget was blown completely out of the water. This was a combination of things. Ultimately, we hovered right around $400. I did actually go and spend another $23 to get fry bread mix to make Indian tacos, but that was a birthday meal request, which actually doesn't fall as part of the meal plan anyhow. But guys, this time around, what I did is I was making a mental meal plan. I did not write everything down. I had teenagers that were making a ton of requests because they wanted to make a bunch of different things. For one, a couple of them had a TBQ tournament, and we needed to provide dessert for that. And then also, like I said, our extra kiddo turned 16, which is huge. And we wanted to make sure for that. But then there was this mental meal planning that I was doing. And so I was simply writing things on the grocery list that I thought we would need. And then they were writing things on the list that they wanted in combination with it. I did not verify things before. And then at both Walmart and Sam's Club, I went back into the orders, because initially the orders were sitting like right at 300. I knew we still had to do Safeway, but it was going to be minimal. And it, yeah, I had them sitting right there. I had to go back in, add things each time. I thought, well, it's not that much. It'll be okay. We could do that to each place. And then fast forward, which now that I'm thinking about this, guys, we might not have gone over quite as much as I'm thinking. But still, we went over. Because at Safeway, Shawn spent somewhere around $80. We actually, the receipt went missing. The little ones were helping to pick up the bags, and it was one of them, and we do not know where it ended up at. But with that said, the teenagers decided to make a recipe they found online for Longhorn Steakhouse's mac and cheese, which is amazing mac and cheese, but it requires all of those cheeses you guys saw. And I'm realizing I put them in the haul and I included them in the budget. It's a lot of cheese, a lot of expense, but it wouldn't have actually come out of the budget otherwise. So, I mean, you can knock probably $40 off for cheeses, somewhere in that range. Again, I didn't have the receipt to verify just what was what. But either way, guys, like I said, we went over. It is comforting for me now to realize we didn't go over as bad as I was thinking. But it is what it is. I have already got the meal plan written out for the rest of this week. I did write it all down now. We are going to have enough leftovers. One thing we have started doing is we realized everybody was really hesitating to work through some of the leftovers. And then we were ending up with a packed fridge. And by the end of the week, I was starting to have to throw things away, either to make room for new stuff or because it sat in there too long because nobody was eating it since there were so many options. So now one thing we have shifted and started doing, which is incredibly helpful, is I overcook. Yes, we're a huge family, but I cook twice as much as we actually need, which is turning out to be a benefit because we eat what we're going to for that meal, and then instead of putting it in the fridge so that everybody has to worry about the leftovers, we are just immediately freezing it. In fact, I do have something in the fridge right now that had to finish cooling that is going to go in the freezer because it's enough for an entire meal, and it'll just stay in the freezer until we're ready for it. When we're ready to have that meal again, we will pull it out, thaw it, and cook it. We've got several things out there as is right now. The last time we had the regular al pastor tacos, we did the same thing with that. And we froze it. Now, like the al pastor casserole, that which I did not manage to make a video of for a variety of reasons, but it was such a hit. There was only like 3 servings worth left over, and those were finished off the next day because they enjoyed it so much. But when there's so much for leftovers, it becomes daunting. So anyhow, guys, that's what we're doing. We're freezing stuff. It is extending meals that much farther, which is a huge benefit and a blessing because it really means that we're stretching our budget that much farther, which is so important, especially now with rising costs and everything. Guys, I really encourage you to look at ways that you can do similar items in your life so that it cuts off some of your cost off one end or the other, whether it's upfront at the grocery store or how far you can stretch things so that you get more for your money. Just something to think on, guys. It's really important for all of us to do on average, but like I said, with rising costs and everything else, it makes even more sense now. Guys, I hope that you're having a blessed day. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss everything else coming up next. And I'll see you in the next one.